All right, starting off a new category at ICAST 2025, we're going to talk about the best terminal tackle of the show. Now, if you're a real bass dork, you like terminal tackle, swivels, hooks, jig heads, all that stuff. So starting off from missile baits, we got the new eye roll jig head. Now, it's going to be really hard to see. I might turn it upside down. So this jig head has actually got a welded ring on it. So what that does, a couple of things. One, it's going to be a lot easier to get that bait to roll side to side. So if you're really looking to enhance that rolling action on your jig head, this is a great option. Also, eliminates the need to tie a loop knot, so you don't have to tie a loop knot. You can tie directly to the ring. It's going to be a much stronger connection point, so you're getting the best of both worlds. Enhance your rolling action and a much stronger connection than your standard loop knot. You can tie a Palomar, clinch knot, whatever you want, but new eye rolling jig head here from Missile Baits. All right, from Dirty Jigs, another exciting one, a new version of the Guppy head, probably one of the best-selling jig heads that we have at Tackle Warehouse. This is the pure tungsten Guppy head. Now, it is a pure tungsten head, so some of the other tungsten heads that Dirty Jigs have released have actually been a tungsten compound, but this is actually a pure tungsten head. So it is going to be the most compact, most sensitive, densest jig head you can get. So going to be great for your FFS fishing, but I'm just stoked to have a pure tungsten premium jig head just for all types of finesse applications. It's got that nice wire keeper on it, and this one comes with a Gamakatsu 604 hook in it. So one of the best 90-degree jig hooks of all time. So you're getting one of the best hooks, with Dirty Jigs quality, 3D finishes, 3D eyes, and really high quality paint jobs. Just all around phenomenal jig head by Dirty Jigs. Super stoked to get these in a Tackle Warehouse. All right, some new hooks and swivels from Decoy. So the first one here is that new Worm 33 hook. Tell us about this new hook.
Yes, it is a new worm hook with a 2 sharp keeper in it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you can.
Dan, get it in there on the camera.
Can you see that 2?
Yeah, he's got
keeper
it.
In it.
So it's got 2 keepers on it.
You can see it's a straight shank.
Straight shank.
So
nice finesse, like worm style hook.
Yes, it is. So Decoy didn't have a straight shank hook like this before.
Uh-huh.
So now it's become available.
Mm-hmm.
2025. I believe shipping just came in.
Yeah, they did. They actually just got into stock at Tackle Warehouse. So, Decoy makes some of the best hooks, super, super sharp.
Yes.
Out there on the market, and now with that double keeper on there, just gonna hold your plastics on there a little bit better.
That is correct.
Yeah, so especially like your soft, like little hand pour worms and stuff that's really, really soft, like Yamamoto style plastic, that's gonna be a really good hook for it. Really finesse, old school, straight shank, small worm hook.
Yes.
So that's cool. And then this guy, I'm gonna drop the hook so I don't stab myself. And then we got the ring swivel ring.
Swivel ring, yes.
Is what it's called. So where are you using this at?
So this is for like when you're using heavy jigs, spoons.
Mm-hmm. Spoons, crankbaits.
Yeah, in any bait you like to use,
Mm-hmm.
it comes with the swivel attached to the quick change ring to it. So it's called the swivel ring R52. It's a brand new system that it came out.
This thing's really cool because it's like a snap swivel, but without a snap. So you can just quick change out lures, and then you don't have any. It's much stronger connection, and you don't have any fail points.
Correct.
And then also, when you snap it in there, it's basically like you're tied to a split ring anyway. Mm-hmm. Like how most baits are going to have a split ring for you to tie off with anyway. Mm-hmm. So it goes on there, and then you're not going to have a knot that's in between those joints in a split ring.
Correct. The ring has an egg shape to it, so it has a wider swing motion.
So it allows your bait to move a little bit more freely.
Correct.
But some great new products here from Decoy. Make sure you go ahead and check them out. All right. Came on over to the Gamakatsu booth. They've got some really cool stuff this year. The first thing we're going to touch on is these one-touch blades. So just cool little accessories. Put these in your terminal box. You can kind of keep them on hand and kind of use them to customize stuff. So there's a couple ways to attach them. So one of them, it kind of goes through the eyelet of your treble hook. So you can add that blade to, like a bait like this, like a sashimi swimmer. Or you can get something like this one. It kind of snaps onto a hook. So another good use for this one is you can kind of put it on like a spinnerbait or a swim jig or something like that, and put it on a jig hook and put it behind it, a vibrating jig or something. Add that little bit more flash. they've got this new antenna hook. Now here's one that's kind of set up how it's supposed to be with the antennas and the fluorocarbon keepers kind of out in front. So you're supposed to thread your soft plastic onto here, onto the shank, and then guys are using this to kind of jika rig baits and fish it through cover. And the idea is that these kind of help, deflect off of different types of cover and just kind of make your presentation a little bit more weedless. A really unique technique that I haven't heard of before. So one that's kind of exciting to kind of try out something new and different. And then last one, the one that we're super pumped about actually. This one is the super tuned drop shot hook. And if you can see that in the package, it kind of has a little bit different of a bend on it right there at the point. Probably going to increase your hookup ratio quite a bit with that point kind of angled up away from the line tie, and then keep fish pinned down there once they get down there past that bend. So always awesome to see new drop shot hooks come out on the market, help you catch more fish and land more fish. Tons of exciting stuff here from Gamakatsu. We're going to keep moving on and see what else we can find out here. All right, a couple from BMC. We first got the Minnow shaking head. This thing, they put a lot of time and effort into this one. I mean, it's a round ball head design, but they're keeping all that weight up in the front. And they've got these kind of hand-tied keepers, these like fluorocarbon keepers. It's like a 4-prong keeper on the shank of the hook. Now, that's something that you typically only get by spending a lot of time in your garage and making yourself. But it's really cool that BMC's got something like that, and it's going to come from the factory. So really cool jig head. That 45-degree angle said it's the best to get the best minnow rolling action side to side. And the one that I'm pumped about here is their swiveling Fluke hook. So this hook, it's like your standard offset EWG style hook, but there is a swivel kind of already rigged around the eyelet of the hook. What that's going to do, it's going to just keep your line from twisting. If you've ever worked a soft plastic Fluke really fast, you know that thing can tumble and spin and just cause a whole nightmare with your with line twist. That's going to eliminate a lot of that. Also adds a little bit of weight. And then right there in the elbow of the shank of that hook, they've actually put a really nice keeper system to kind of lock those soft plastics in there. So if you're using like something soft like a Yamamoto D-Shad, those tear up really easy. That's going to hold it on there really, really well. Awesome new stuff from BMC. All right, over at the Buckeye booth, back here with MDJ, we're going to talk about some new scoping heads. What's the one you got? Because I'd never seen anything like that one.
Yeah, this is a little different, little razzle dazzle to the whole scope game. Called the Piggyback, man. A very unique concept here. And again, with these scoping baits, it's all about the rolling. You hear that term a lot, and the rocking back and forth. And this particular head throws amazing rocking and rolling action. So this bait's going to turn from side to side like this here as you're twitching that thing in the water column. Really cool features as far as the way you attach the bait. Has a spring right here where you can screw lock whatever your favorite soft plastic is. And then of course that gets buttoned up with this little back keeper right here. So cool concept, man. Something new, something to add to
all that weight up on the top, that thing's gonna roll so gnarly.
Hard.
And then also you're not running the shank of a hook through the middle of the bait. So probably save you some baits too. I didn't think about that till just now.
Absolutely, man. And then, of course, when that fish does bite, it's just straight up open hook, man. I mean, there's no
plastic covering up, something like this where you got to deal with a little bit of plastic. But we're going to talk about this head design too. This one is got the scoop head. You can get in on that thing. It's kind of hollowed out, something like another one. It's really unique. I haven't seen nothing like this either.
Very similar. Again, it's all about the uniqueness and throwing off the different actions with the baits. Just trying to show these bass something that they have not seen, especially with there being so many minnow style baits coming to market, things like that. But again, cool concept here. Hollowed out head, which hence the name scope head. Once again, is going to throw some really good action side to side. Not quite aggressive as this here to Piggyback, but nevertheless some great action.
Yeah, so a couple new jig head offerings. So if you're just looking for something a little bit different to change up your scope presentation, you're definitely going to want to check these ones out from Buckeye. All right, a new version of the Smeltinator head, which was probably one of the hottest jig heads when the scoping craze kind of started kicking off. When Gustafson won the Classic, scoping with the little Z-Man bait on it, he was using this head design, and now there's a tungsten version of it. So smaller, more compact, denser, shows up better on your FFS, all the good stuff. So if you want a tungsten version of the Smeltinator, Northland Tackles got you covered. All right, this is gonna wrap up the terminal section of ICAST 2025 Best Terminal. Jared's running away from us because he doesn't want to talk about jig heads. I was going to talk about jig heads, but you're running away because you don't want to do it with us.
I'll do anything.
No, he's lying to us. No, we're wrapping up Best Terminal of ICAST 2025.
Best terminal tackle.
Best all terminal tackles, swivels, hooks, all of it. We're done doing it.
That's it?
Yeah, it's a wrap.
In and out?
Yeah, check it out. Where can they see that?
TackleWarehouse.com.
Yeah, boom.